A sound should not be dangerous. But one kind of sound changed the fate of humans. Most animals can only warn others about what is happening now. A bird can cry when danger appears. A monkey can scream when a predator is nearby. A wolf can call to the pack. But human language did something stranger. It allowed a creature to warn others about danger that was not there anymore. A lion seen yesterday. A river beyond the hill. A mistake made by someone who was already dead. A plan for a hunt that had not happened yet. For the first time, survival did not depend only on what one animal could see. It depended on what many minds could share. That was when sound became more than sound. It became a weapon made of memory. Language feels ordinary to us, but words are strange. Air leaves the mouth, the throat vibrates, and suddenly an image appears inside another person's mind. Not a real image, not light entering the eyes, but an invisible picture carried by sound. A place, a danger, a memory, a possibility. Most creatures are trapped inside. The moment they react to what is here, a smell, a movement, a shadow, a threat. But human language allowed the mind to escape the moment. A person could return from the forest and bring back something that was no longer there. Not meat, not a stone, not a branch. Information. A lion near the river. Fresh tracks in the mud. A broken tree near the path. A safe place to sleep. A mistake that almost killed someone. That information could move from one skull into another. And once it moved, the group changed. The person who had never seen the lion could still fear it. The child who had never eaten the poisonous berry could still avoid it. The hunter who had never taken the dangerous path could still know not to go there. Experience no longer had to stay trapped inside the body that lived it. It could be shared. Scientists still debate exactly when human language became fully modern. And humans were not the only animals that communicated. Birds, monkeys, wolves, and bees all share signals. Animal communication can be complex and impressive, but human language became flexible in a different way. It could carry memory. It could carry planning. It could carry teaching. It could carry warnings about things not directly in front of us. That is where language became dangerous. Not because it was loud, not because it was beautiful, but because it allowed fragile individuals to combine what they knew. Imagine one prehistoric human walking alone near a river. He sees movement in the grass. A lion. He freezes. His body reacts before thought can finish. His heart races. His eyes search for escape. If he survives and returns to camp, the danger could have ended there. One animal, one fear, one memory. But with language, the fear does not stay inside him. He can bring the lion back without bringing the lion. He can point toward the river. He can describe the tall grass. He can show where the tracks crossed the mud. He can warn the others before they ever go there. Now the whole group has seen, in a way, what only one person saw. One pair of eyes has become many pairs of eyes. This matters because survival is often a problem of information. Where is the water? Where are the predators? Which plants are safe? Which path is dangerous? Where did the herd go? Who can be trusted? A lone animal has only its own senses and memory. A talking human group could pool its senses. The eyes of one person could help everyone. The mistake of one person could protect everyone. The discovery of one person could feed everyone. Language made knowledge portable. It could be carried back to camp. It could be repeated. It could be corrected. It could be remembered. Long before writing, humans had living libraries. Not libraries made of books. Libraries made of people. An elder could remember where water appeared after the rains. A hunter could remember how animals moved in a certain season. A parent could remember which berries made a child sick. A group could hold more memory than any one person, and because memory could be spoken, it could survive beyond the moment. A footprint disappears, a smell fades, a shadow moves and is gone, but a word can stay. A warning can be repeated. At night, a lesson can be told to a child. A story about danger can outlive the danger itself. This does not mean every ancient word was accurate. Human memory is imperfect. People exaggerate. People misunderstand. People forget. But even imperfect shared memory was powerful. A group that can remember together has an advantage over a group that must learn everything again and again. This was especially important for children. A child did not have to learn every danger by pain. Through language, it could inherit fear without being bitten. It could inherit skill without discovering every step alone. It could inherit memory through people who lived before it. That is one reason. Language changed the human story. It let knowledge stack. A stone tool did not have to be invented from nothing each time. Someone could show it. Someone could explain the angle. Someone could warn what happens if the stone breaks the wrong way. A hunting method could be improved. A fire-making technique could be taught. A route through a valley could be remembered. One generation could begin where the previous generation ended. One lesson is small. One warning is small. One better tool is small. But small improvements can accumulate. Over time, language allowed human knowledge to pile up like stones. One stone is nothing. 1,000 stones can become a wall. 1,000,000 lessons can become a culture. Culture became stored survival, ways of finding food, ways of avoiding danger, ways of making tools, ways of remembering the land. Language helped hold it together. But language did not only help humans remember the past, it also helped them rehearse the future. A group of humans could sit before a hunt and talk about something that had not happened yet. One person could wait. Another could drive the animal forward. Another could block its escape. And the group could have a second plan. No one had to enter the danger completely blind. They could imagine it first. They could test the future inside their minds. They could fail before failing in real life. A plan is a kind of ghost event. It is not real yet, but it can shape real behavior. Language allowed humans to create these ghost events together. The hunt could happen in the mind before it happened in the forest. The dangerous river crossing could be discussed before anyone stepped into the water. The winter could be prepared for, before the cold arrived. The future became something humans could discuss before it arrived. This is not simply reacting. It is survival by simulation. And once humans could simulate together, the group became much more than a collection of bodies. Without language, a group may still move together. It may still follow. It may still react, but with language, a group can share attention. It can share memory. It can share warnings. It can share plans. It can share skills. A group of fragile bodies becomes a thinking system. Not because the group has one giant brain, but because language creates bridges between smaller brains. One mind notices, another remembers, another imagines, another warns, another teaches. Together, they become harder to surprise, harder to starve, harder to kill. This is why language may have been one of humanity's first invisible technologies. A spear is visible. Fire is visible. A stone blade is visible. Language is not. You cannot hold a sentence in your hand, but it can still change what happens to real bodies. A spoken warning can save someone from a predator. A remembered lesson can keep a child from poison. A plan can bring down an animal too large for one human. A promise can organize action. A lie can create danger. Language carried power because it carried meaning. And meaning can move faster than bodies. A person can only be in one place. But a message can travel. A memory can move from one fire to another. A warning can reach someone before the danger does. A lesson can outlive the person who learned it. This is where language becomes both beautiful and frightening. Because the same ability that lets humans share truth also lets them share error. The same sound that warns about a real lion can spread a false fear. The same memory that protects a group can become a rumor. The same plan that helps people hunt can help them harm. Language did not make humans good. It made humans connected, and connection multiplies whatever moves through it. Fear, trust, knowledge, mistakes, plans, care. This is why a sentence can be so powerful. A few sounds can change where people go, who they trust, what they avoid, what they attempt, who they protect, what they fear in the ancient world. That could mean survival. In the modern world, it still can. We still live inside this ancient power. Warnings, maps, messages, books, and voices from screens all carry borrowed experience. Most of what we know did not come from our own eyes. It came from other minds. You do not have to test every poisonous plant. You do not have to discover every danger yourself. You do not have to learn every skill from the beginning. You inherit a world made of words, and those words shape what you see before you see it. If someone tells you a place is dangerous, your body changes before you arrive. If someone gives you a warning, you may survive something you never personally experienced. Language moves minds, and moved minds move the world. So maybe the first great human weapon was not the spear. Maybe it was not fire. Maybe it was the ability to take what one mind had seen and place it inside many others. A lion can roar. A wolf can howl. A bird can cry when danger appears. But humans learned to speak about danger after it disappeared. They learned to remember together, to plan together, to teach across generations, to turn sound into shared survival. And once that happened, one fragile animal no longer had to face the world with one brain. It could face the world with many. That was the sound that made humans dangerous.